Hi, this is Andy from Orbit Media. Orbit's been focused on building and optimizing websites for 23 years. I've been part of the planning process for more than 1,000 website projects, and I've seen a lot of data, and I've got some points of view. I'm going to share with you now a list of 13 things you should remove from your website, things to get rid of immediately, and I'm going to make a quick case for a bunch of stuff that I think you'll get better results if you just get rid of it. Ready? Let's jump in. The first thing we should remove is the vague homepage headline. It's easy to fix, and it's just such a big problem because the visitor can't tell what you do if you're not descriptive. Look at this one. Retuning the body? What does that mean? No one knows. It's far better to make it just simple, descriptive, the name of the business category so that the visitor knows they're in the right place. First question of every visitor to every web page, am I in the right place? Here, you can actually test yourself in a 5-second test. Here I've uploaded a screenshot of a mocked up homepage, putting your people first. What does that company do? Not obvious. If the 5-second test that appears to a bunch of people, they get the question, what does this company do? They can't tell. How about something more specific? Leadership coaching and training for mid-level managers. Aha! They can tell. Look, it passed the 5-second test because it's specific, it's descriptive, and it's key phrase rich, it's search friendly. That's good too, right? So, if you have a website where the big text is pretty vague, but the text down below is actually quite specific and descriptive, just flip them. Very common, easy fix. Next, the generic navigation labels. Same thing. The navigation labels at the top of the page, if it just says like products, learn, company, support, what? I can't tell what this company does. Those labels don't let me accurately predict what I get if I click. That's the goal of the navigation label. To help the visitors segment themselves onto pages that are more specific. How about this one? Wholesale medical supplies. Hey, if I click that, you know a lot about me. Now you can talk to me more specifically. That's the job. So if you have something that's really generic and vague and common to millions of websites, why not just make it more specific, more descriptive, more keyword focused, helping your audience jump into that content that's more relevant for them? If you're curious about how your visitors are using your navigation, just go into GA4, the explorations, and click on Path Exploration. At the top, you can click Start Over, and then from the starting point, choose Page Path and Screen class and select your home page. There's the performance of your navigation. That's how people are interacting with your menus. That's the click-through rate and your calls to action. Now you can go tune up your main navigation by improving the navigation labels, adding specificity. Big improvement. Next, also a specificity problem, the subheads. As you scroll down the page, do you see stuff like this? Our solutions? What? Who talks like that? I'll give you a hint. The only people that use the word solutions are people who sell stuff. Visitors never use the word solutions. I've done thousands of hours of keyword research in my career, and I never see the word solutions pops up because that's not how people talk about stuff. That's how brands talk about it. So yeah, that just adds visual noise. It just, the pixel height just pushes down everything below it. It'd be a better page if it didn't have that at all. Or if you just made it specific, and not missed a keyword opportunity, if you happen to have a SEO goal here, then that will actually help visitors and help search engines understand what you do. Meaningful subheaders, very important. Next, the homepage slideshow. I know there's a lot of debate about this, but the data is pretty clear, especially if there's tons and tons of slides. Look at this slideshow, 10 slides. And by the way, on slide 8, they mentioned they're the smartest hospital in the world. Wait a minute, why didn't you put that at the beginning? People aren't going to see any but the first slide. There's a lot of research about this. Our friend Tom Bowen summed it all up in a post on our site, and you can check it yourself in analytics just to see the click-through rate on calls to action on subsequent slides, typically very, very low. Next, stock photos of people. These are just not credible. Sure, they're polished, great lighting, production value, right? Attractive models. That's not what the world is like, and your visitors can smell that a mile away. Far better to just take an authentic picture. Look at my team. So proud of them. Real people. It's authentic. The visitor can feel a connection, right? That's a real person. That's a real person. It makes a difference. So show yourself. Authenticity is more important to your audience than production quality. Whew, getting worked up. Next up, social media icons. Especially when they're in the header and they're colorful, they're candy-colored exit signs. Why would you work so hard to encourage your visitors to leave? Traffic is hard to win and easy to lose. Why make giant colorful buttons? The contrasting color is going to grab their attention. And if they click on that, what are they going to get? hundreds of their friends, or headlines they want to catch up on, or shoes they might want to buy, or unread notifications, or cat videos. Not good. Not good for your engagement. The best way to include social media icons is to put them in the footer. If anyone wants them, they can find them right there. And when they hover over, there's the color. Another good thing to remove, dates from your blog posts. If your blog detail page, the article detail page template, has a built-in date so that it automatically shows the date and you have no choice of whether or not to include it, it's kind of a problem unless you have a news content strategy, which most people do not have a news content strategy. Newsletters aren't mostly news. Content marketing is mostly about helpful, useful articles, evergreen content. Most content programs are evergreen. So an article like this one, 6 tips for crafting a B2B thought leadership marketing strategy, probably hasn't changed that much in the 10 years? I'm not reading this article, it's 10 years old. The date just ages your content faster. If you want to include the date, you certainly can. Just put it into the headline or the body text or the title tag. Next on the list, long paragraphs. Web designers know that visitors love white space, but writers didn't get the memo. Never write a paragraph longer than 3 lines because big blocky paragraphs get skipped. So this is not a good idea. Far better to break up your content simply by hitting the return key more often and never missing the opportunity to use bullet lists or numbered lists or bold or italics or subheads or multiple images or internal links or any formatting that's going to slow down your scan reader and help them know where to jump into your content. We know that readers aren't reading every word. Why not acknowledge that, accept it, and make your content highly scannable, and definitely avoid those long blocky paragraphs. Press releases. People are going to disagree with me. I understand that. Please hear me out. The press release was not meant for the internet. Just take a look at this one. For immediate release, what does that mean to anybody? The headline? That's not really aligned with any headline best practices. Big blocky paragraphs we just talked about. No visuals, no formatting, no contributor quotes, no bullet lists, well, there is an internal link, but weirdly it goes to the same website they were already on. And then there's an About section, but that About section is kind of weaker than the actual About page, which is very detailed and has a story and emotion and video. So everything about this is weaker than other versions of it other places. There's immediate contact, but who is this person? There's no link to a bio. There's an email link. And this just doesn't work well as web content. Far better, instead of posting a press release, or maybe in addition to posting your press release, you also go write the story that you're hoping the press release would have triggered when it was, read by an editor or a journalist. Go write the story and make it a good one, right? Don't wait for someone else to tell your story, tell it yourself. And that PDF file, we just saw one, that PDF file, not a fan. PDFs, I call them the rust of the internet. Because after a website's really hard to update, people start to work around the difficult to use CMS by just uploading PDF files, when in fact they just need a better way to manage content. PDF files don't appear in analytics. They've got no JavaScript code. If your PDF goes viral, you'll never know. They're not easy to share. No, there's no interactivity built into them. They're not easy to update. It's literally a print simulation. They're not accessible for people with disabilities. They're not search friendly. There are no SEOs who'd recommend a PDF as a go-to format for search. Yes, you can control the exact formatting, and it's easy to download offline, but this does not align with digital content best practices. It's something that you can use as an alternate format to something that already exists in an HTML format. That's best practices for the web. How many PDFs do you have on your website? You can easily check. Just use this search operator, or these 2 search operators, site:/domain, space file type :PDF. And that will tell you how many PDFs Google has found on your website. In other words, sort of how much rust there is on your website. So next, the testimonials page. I love testimonials. Testimonials are powerful social proof, along with evidence and awards and trust seals and data and statistics and years in business and reviews. These are powerful types of evidence, right? The best web pages are filled with evidence. They don't make a bunch of unsupported marketing claims. The worst web pages are just piles of unsupported marketing claims. So yes, testimonials are great. They're powerful. Why? Because they flip the script. You take a powerful message and you change the messenger for that message. When you make the audience themselves the messenger, then that message becomes far more credible. Testimonials can become super authentic when they include a face, a name, a company, a job title, the logo, a headline, a little headline with it, right? The quotation. Quotes are the most powerful key on your keyboard, no doubt. And keyword-focused testimonial, right? A text-based testimonial you can put a keyword into. my point is make every page a testimonials page. Don't hide all your testimonials on a page called testimonials because visitors won't click on it. Look at this analytics account. The testimonials page is the 33rd most popular page. Hey, why do we put our best social proof on our 33rd most popular page? It's not that you meant to. It's that you put them all together where they were weak because visitors tend not to click on that navigation label. Next up, email links. Hear me out. Here's my point of view. The desired action for a visitor on a website is to get in touch, but the better mechanism for that is the contact form. A contact form has so many advantages over email. Break it down. It's trackable in analytics. It's more reliable because email doesn't always get through. If someone submits a contact form, it goes right into your CRM database, right? It can take the person to a thank you page with additional information. It can send them an auto response, which isn't usually the case. They don't have to be on a computer with their email program, right? It can route the message and do lead scoring. It can, you can go to multiple people, and it's not a spam magnet. Every email link is a spam magnet because spammers write software that crawl the web, scrape every email address, and then you start to get more spam. So, set up all your desired actions should have a contact form. Calls to action go to contact form. Contact form goes to thank you page. Thank you page is set up as a conversion in Google Analytics 4, right? GA4. Last up, dead ends. The website dead end. We're at the bottom of the experience. They took an action. They landed on a thank you page. What does that thank you page have? Look at this one. Nothing. It just says thank you. Here's ours. It says thank you. But if that's all it said, it might as well just say goodbye. Right? There's nothing here. Go away. Go find another website and fill out another contact form, right? You're not offering them anything. So it's a missed opportunity to add content or add a subsequent conversion. Look at this. We've got an actual call to action here. Like you can subscribe to our newsletter from that thank you page. Wait a minute. Does anybody actually subscribe to your newsletter from your thank you page? Yes, they do. Here's the analytics. I track that as a separate conversion. Hundreds of people per year subscribe to our newsletter from our email from that thank you page. So find and fix every dead end on your website, keep your visitors flowing, and never miss the chance to give them more information. Keep helping. And that's your first interaction with your new prospect. So put on the white gloves and roll out the red carpet and give them a great experience. At least, if nothing else, make it a compelling message informing them about the next steps. So there you have it. Those are the 13 things that we recommend removing from your website. We know this was a mini rant, kind of fun to break it down this way. Yes, there may be exceptions in use cases, I get that. But if you know someone who's struggling to get performance from their site, feel free to pass this along. Again, Andy from Orbit Media. Whew, that was a lot. But we enjoy making these and come back and we'll have another one for you. Bye-bye.